Broadcasting live in 185 countries, 6 3/4 continents, on the International Space Station, and carried on both Voyager Golden records. It's the Weekly Rumble, where we place 4 YouTubers in a cage with a live lion. Oh wait, that's not how this works? The Weekly Rumble, where we pit the wits and opinions of 4 YouTubers against each other. Well, chrisknight dishes out the points, or takes them away. Without further BS, here is your host, chrisknight.
Well, yeah, let's get the right thing here. Gee whiz, my God, it's starting off already on the right spot. You know, perfect, beautiful, and beautiful. Yeah, just beautiful. How about that? How is everyone doing? This is the Weekly Rumble. You are watching the Real Review 3000, and I am chrisknight. This is the Thursday night, 7 p.m. stream every Thursday, every 7 p.m. on Thursday. It will never change. We are perpetually stuck in this time.
Oh, man.
That's a great way to pimp yourself out there, Vase. I love that.
What? What is?
Just hold it up there a little bit longer next time, though. Just make sure people see it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I do, though. I do know what I'm talking
Does
about.
he have the coffee cup?
Now he's done it. I love it.
You got to turn it around because I think it's the. Is that the cup with the words?
I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's a vase.
I see we're off to a rounding start, guys. How is everyone doing today? Are you guys doing great? Are you ready for a little Weekly Rumble? I know Mad Mardigan's hoping that he can get back to the winner's circle again. He is a 2-time champion, as he will let you know. Champion of nothing, though. Champion of nothing. I mean, unless he's got some
2 times Weekly Rumble champion.
Do you have
MVP, former dog owner, all around good guy.
I need a clicky pin and just say Mad Mardigan's on the list. I love that Vase got that reference.
Nice. All right, guys, we got 4 YouTubers here. Like it said, the live lion is waiting him back. So, guys, if you don't win, that is what's in store for you. And just saying, I mean,
How big is the lion? Is it like a little teacup?
Do you know what
Teacup
lions
lion?
are?
Yeah.
What's she talking about, man? I mean, really, I mean, Mad lost the last time he was on, but he did fend off the lion. So, I mean, there's that to say.
Yeah, luckily, it was a teacup lion. You know, those things that exist.
Yes. All right, guys. So let's go over the rules really quick. Yes, there are rules. They don't mean much, but they are here. So, you know, that's how we do things. And let's see here. So 2 topics from each guest, except for one of our guests is not here today. That is why Matt is here. Thank you very much, Matt, for stepping in short notice. I do appreciate that. But those 10 topics get put on a wheel of topics. The wheel of topics will pick 5 topics at random, and each panelist will talk about each topic, and they will have a certain amount of time to talk about that topic. That time is set by the wheel of time. On the wheel of time, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 minute time. The 3, 4, and 5 minute time that they get picked, they get taken off because only the 1 and 2 minute time stays permanent. Now, each panelist will get a time to respond to the original responder statement, and they need to let me know about that. If they have anything to add, I will only say that now. So, guys, stay on top of things if you have a question or something, but please make it brief, 30 seconds or less. We'd greatly appreciate that. Also, each panelist gets a mulligan. The mulligan can add up to 5 minutes max or down to 1 minute. So if the wheel of time spins 3 minutes, you can add up to 4 or 5 minutes, or you can take away down to 2 or 1. And you only get 1 of those. And if you don't use it, no, you don't get to come back on another day and have 2. There's only 1. One is all you get, and that is it. So before you ask, before Mad says, well, you know, I have like 6 of these stacked up right here. I know I do. No, doesn't work like that. So, are we ready? Is everyone ready? How about this? Let's do this fun thing. We are going to share the wheel, and we are going to bring up the wild card wheel. The wild card wheel will pick a random thing that we're going to do that we normally wouldn't do, and this time it's lose a mulligan. Now that lose a mulligan though comes with the caveat that we have to spin the wheel of names to find out who is the lucky winner of the loss of a mulligan.
I'm out.
I hate my life.
No, that's
that works.
Vase. That's Vase.
Thank goodness. I'm so long-winded.
Woo. I need to change this like 5-minute like animation there. We'll
I
close
won.
that.
I never win anything.
No, you've lost. You've won the loss of your mulligan. You no longer have a mulligan. That means the whole show you have to.
All right, dude.
You
From
have
a
to use
certain
the
point
time.
of view.
From a certain point of view.
All right. Next up, we're gonna spin to see who goes first.
Wish Obi-Wan was behind me. But
And look at that.
Woo! Feels
So
appropriate.
Mad Mardigan's gonna go first, and we will do it like this: Mad Mardigan, Phalon, LDG, and it's a Vase. Vase. So I remove your name, Mad, because you do not need to be on the wheel of names anymore. So, with that said, guys,
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world on HBO pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, let's get ready to
ah, yes, let's get ready to rumble. We're going to spin for the first topic tonight. Mr. Mad Mardigan will be the one to take this on first.
I'm surprised you don't get copy, like, surprised you don't get a strike for that. I'm pretty sure
It's
he
not
has
long
that.
enough for that.
Oh, is it not?
Nope, it's not. If it can be done in any way that doesn't erase them, just sets them in an alternative timeline or something, should Disney Star Wars sequel trilogy movies be retconned or replaced? Ooh. Starting off with a hard-hitting question right away. So, we take that off the board, and we go to the Wheel of Time. The Wheel of Time will be spun now. 4 minutes on the board. The 4 minutes time has been spun, so we remove it from the wheel, and we will place the question in the chat. The question again is, if it can be done in a way that doesn't erase them, just sets them in an alternative timeline or something, should Disney Star Wars sequel trilogy movies be retconned or replaced? You are going to have 4 minutes. Oh, well, let me make this smaller right now. We're going to change this. 4 minutes on the board. Do you want to use your mulligan, or do you want to keep it at 4 minutes?
No, I can keep it at 4 minutes. That's fine.
Fair enough. We're going to go ahead and... Now that I can't remember... Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. 4 minutes is on the board, and your time starts now.
No, it should not. They should just leave it be. That what they should do is what they tried to do with the prequels, just to separate, like to put space in between whatever's new and the garbage that came out by Disney, right? Because you're just gonna upset people, not even if they even like it, but just because like, oh, it was about a woman, and now now you're saying they don't exist or whatever. Doesn't matter. Not even if but because like Echo. Echo.
No? Keep going.
Sorry, was I the only one that heard the echo?
I heard it for a second.
I heard
Thank
it.
you.
Too.
I heard it.
Quick second.
Thank you.
I didn't say I didn't hear it. I just said I know.
Oh, anyway, yeah, no. So yeah, don't do that because you're just gonna upset the Twitterati, and they'll be upset about it. Just ignore it as much as you possibly can. Just start fresh, build new, put as much years between that and what you come out with next, either by going Old Republic or by going 400 Star Wars years into the future, because as we saw from the original trilogy to Force Awakens, people forget everything that happened within months. Like things that just happened months ago, just no longer people remember. Like, oh, he was a smuggler. That's my British accent. You're welcome. No, the famous smuggler. Some tea. And anyway, so so that's what I would do. Just put enough time so you don't have to acknowledge. And if anybody talks about, oh, what happened to the Jedi after this, like, I don't know. Moving on. Just move on. It doesn't matter. Just move on, because no one wants to see the effort put into retconning or to replacing them in some other timeline, because it'll just get more like convoluted and people won't care. And for the record, I did not see these questions until at this moment when I read this question. And Chris's typing is very distracting as well on top of that. So there are a lot of factors to why this question has gone the way it is. But I will end on this note, that if we retcon it, how would we do such a thing? That is always the internal question of life, isn't it? Can we erase? Can we retcon anything? Does it no longer exist in our reality? Or is it our reality? A great man once said that I have a minute left and 5 seconds. And with that minute and 3 seconds, he did some crazy things. One time he quoted Al Pacino from Any Given Sunday, but he doesn't want to ruin his voice again. Because that hurt his voice for a while there. But Star Wars is Star Wars, you know? I've always said that. If I've ever been known for anything, it's that I have always said that Star Wars is a war of stars. Not necessarily the stars in the sky, but the stars on the screen. The ones that have won over the hearts and minds of millions and billions. Some say trillions, but there's not even that many people on Earth, you say. Well, the ones that have died. If you count them up, even the people that saw the movies and died. Now, I'm not talking about the Disney ones. I'm talking about the original ones. You know, if you count the people that saw those and died, well, then you could probably hit 2.3 billion, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. These are some of the mysteries of life.
Oh my god.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. You did make some good points. The BS at the end kind of hurt you, but I'll be nice and say 15 points. What do you have to say to that? 15.
Oh,
15.
I'll take it.
15. All right, Phalon, are you ready for your 4 minutes, or do you want to use your mulligan?
I'm going to use my 4 minutes. Honestly, I thought this question would work as a 5 minute, but might be best not to with Mads.
All right. Well, your time's on the board, 4 minutes, and it starts now.
All right. With the whole question about retconning, do you not retcon? I honestly think that if they could manage to do it successfully, then it wouldn't be so much an issue, but this is Disney. Look at the decisions they've made, and they have been very questionable. I'm not even going to touch on the mess that we saw in the last 3 movies. But honestly, I feel like it could be done. It could be done. I honestly don't care if they retcon or not. I might watch it if they do retcon, but please don't use the Rebels time travel excuse, because please no. I know there was a lot of talk and rumors that that's the road they were going to go, to just change everything so they could just retcon those entire 3 movies, but they're already out. They would still be remembered. Honestly, I do think Mads had a point with his whole spiel about just push it away. We don't need it. We can ignore it. But at the same time, I honestly think what they should be doing is do what Lucas did. Give it 20 years. We don't need Star Wars right now. I think they've overdone it so much that that we may not even need that retcon. Because look at how people have responded with the prequels. A lot of people claimed to hate it, but now they like it. So there's that. It's like, give it some time to cushion the blow, which is probably what they should have done between all three of the Disney sequel. Those might have not had so much of a backlash. I'm not saying they were good movies. I really do hate The Last Jedi. I did not care for the last movie, The Rise of Palpatine. Honestly think they should have had more time between them. It might have softened the blow for how people looked back at it. But I think there still would have been a lot of people angry about it. But like I said, it just really depends on how they do it. I honestly think time is what they should be using to separate between projects. I think that's all they really need. But Disney wants to just power through everything and make things worse. Make sure people aren't interested in. Which is like, I honestly hope that if they are going to retcon things, that the sequel trilogy doesn't have any effect on The Mandalorian, because then you gotta completely reboot that thing for specific situations. Or at least that's my opinion on that. But yeah, it's like, I'm on the fence. I'm a fence sitter right now as far as this whole situation goes. And it's just really going to depend. Gotta wait and see how they are going to proceed. If they don't touch it at all, they just ignore it. Because I agree on Mads, it's like, just don't touch it. But as we've seen, that they are incapable of not messing things up further. At least that's what I think.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, there it is.
A lot of agreeing with me for points.
Oh, okay. So you didn't do a good job. Okay, fine. So I'll take yours down to 10. I'll give her 15.
Because she agreed with me?
Well, you made it sound like that was a bad thing.
No, it's a great thing. When can you ever go wrong agreeing with me?
Okay, let me see here. Do I have to narrow it down to just one thing? Do I just need to narrow this down to one reason why agreeing with you is a bad thing? Oh, bonus points, you said. Okay, fine. All right. I was going to give you 15, Phalon, but now I'm giving you 20 because Mad Mardigan said to do so. So, there you go. LDG, how you doing today? Oh, there you are. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
There we go.
There you are. There you are.
Hear me. Hello. Greetings.
Greetings from Planet LDG.
Well, apparently Comic Chat thinks I should be banned.
What? What the hell, Danny? What the hell? You'll be 70 years old. Well, there you go. There's your problem. Probably in diapers. All right. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so you have 4 minutes. You could use your mulligan if you'd like to, or you can just go right away with this. Which would you like?
Star Wars. I'm gonna go with it. Let's do it.
All right, 4 minutes is on the board. Your time starts now.
Okay, retconning. Really? You're gonna retcon? No, you're not retconning. I hate it when you have to retcon. You know what you retcon? You don't retcon an epic story. You retcon screw-ups. But absolute like production screw-ups, like the difference between why there was no holographics in Star Trek TOS compared to what you got now, lens flares up the yin yang. You don't retcon pure storyline. And now whether they go the direction you were supposed to go with the last Skywalker, what they did with Skywalker and everything, you know what it is. That's what you get when you sell out. Okay, and that's what they did. They sold it out to Disney, and Disney did whatever the heck they wanted to do with it. From what I heard, they went. He actually specifically said, "I want you to go this direction." Disney said, "F you," and went a different direction. That's what you get when you sell out something like that. Second, that's what you get when you put people like J.J. Abrams in charge. Okay, and I remember when I was a kid, I used to be so I was a Star Trek fan, and Star Trek fans and Star Wars fans were like, we were at war. Like there was a war between of us. And J.J. Abrams is the one man who actually brought us together because he screwed up Star Trek and he screwed up Star Wars. But should we go in and retcon the damn thing? No, just let it go. Let it go, because the only thing you can do, technically, this was supposed to be the end story of Skywalker, right? This was supposed to be it, these last 3 movies. The only way to fix it is either to rewrite those 3 movies, which that would just piss everybody off, I think. They only did that with the Final Fantasy game, and that we demanded that, is to make some kind of post-quill, prequel trilogy in between, which wouldn't make sense, and try to bridge the gap and maybe do some kind of changes. I just don't see that happening. I think you're just going to piss everybody off, or piss most people off, if you try to do anything with this. Star Wars sits as it is. People love it. People watch it. I mean, it's not like people are, throwing their Star Wars collections out the window right now. You know what I mean? It wasn't that bad. Matter of fact, I like to think they even did a worse job on, Discovery and Picard than they did on the Star Wars movies. But that's in my opinion. I know how that goes. Time travel? No. Time travel needs to stay out of Star Wars. Okay, time travel. It already screwed up Star Trek, but that was more of a Star Trek thing, not a Star Wars thing. Star Wars was more about the war, and yeah, okay, you had technology on this, but you didn't have time travel in Star Wars. Okay, and then you get into that whole bubble, because look what time travel did to Terminator. Okay, I mean, it just totally ruined Terminator, like absolutely blew it up. Like when he killed what's his name, the kid. Like the movie should have exploded the second they killed him, John Connor. But it completely ruined Dark Fate. Time travel has never been a viable option to retcon anything. The fact that it did it in Star Trek just basically created a whole who cares timeline anyway, that nobody even talks about today. I mean, who the heck talks about that time? Nobody cares about that Star Trek timeline. Thank you, JJ. But and Star Wars can stand on its own. It's been beautiful. We got 9 movies, we got series, TV shows, animations, the whole 9 yards, action figures, whatnot. Let it live, let it be. Don't poke the dog, and go, do the next. It's time for another story far, far away, maybe slightly somewhere else. And we start doing that, and let's start getting creative instead of ruining what we already have, and come up with something original, unique, and one of a kind.
Well, how about that? That's nice. I
have
you made
one
some good
quick
points.
response to that.
Go right ahead.
Terminator is a time travel movie.
Exactly.
true.
I was going to say that too.
Okay, that's all I wanted to say specifically.
No, it is.
Time travel is a problem anyways, because I mean the grandfather paradox pretty much is going to ruin almost any time travel movie, except for 12 Monkeys. 12 Monkeys did it right.
Suspension of disbelief.
But time.
And if you
Terminator was
enjoyed
like
the
pouring
first
bleach
Terminator,
to get rid of bleach. The first time travel was good. That Dark Fate time travel, that was like too much. Went way too far with Dark Fate.
I agree that they did it badly, but it's a story that started with time travel. I thought it was hilarious,
I mean,
though.
and everything that happens in Dark Fate, I was kind of like, okay, I mean, I'll buy into it, because the whole thing is 50 different timelines anyway, so it doesn't really matter anymore. I'll give you 20, even though you should have lost 5 points for mentioning that Terminator was messed up by time travel, even though that's the whole premise of it. It was messed up by time travel, though, so I have to not take the points away from you. So 20 points for you, LDG. Just remember that the points mean absolutely nothing. So except to Mad just seems to he can't let go. He just I don't care. He believes in the points. All right, Vase, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you got 4 minutes because, well, you lost your mulligan. Congratulations. Here you go. 4 minutes is on the board, and your time starts now.
I don't think it hurts anything at all to like set these the sequel trilogy in some sort of different universe or alternate timeline or something like that, because frankly, all it does is kind of destroy some characters like Luke in order to build up characters like Rey, and it doesn't give them a good enough story on their own. It's been proven already that there was no overarching vision. These things were, The Last Jedi came in and just screwed the story in the ass, and you could say, oh, JJ sold out, or JJ did this, or JJ did that. Who hired JJ back as the answer to that problem? Who created that problem in the first place? Kathleen Kennedy. So pretty much everything that's happened under her reign has led to chaos and destruction because she's managed things badly, fired directors at extremely late points in production, like the Solo movie, replaced them. Budgets are skyrocketing. There's clearly no story. I did a video on it before The Rise of Skywalker even came out. He said he was brought back. There was no script. There was no sets. There was no anything. There was nothing. And he had 2 years to make this movie. What kind of trilogy, if you bought the things in 2012 and you're planning a trilogy, how do you let it get that far away from you? Okay, so the problems from this movie, they're certainly not visual. It's a visual masterpiece, but guess what? It's a story destroyer. It's a saga destroyer. The Skywalker saga is better without these movies. And so if you came to me and said, hey, the future movies, if we ever do Skywalker movies, or not even Skywalker, or any Star Wars movie set in the future, like past Return of the Jedi, that they're not necessarily going to focus on those movies or talk about them at all, that we're going to ignore those movies, I'd be totally fine with that. I'd be interested to see what else you came up with. And if that's in it, and then the people that still want to have those movies, great. Well, that's like, over here, and it's like kind of like, and I don't like doing that to Star Wars, and it's unfortunate that it's come to this, but if it was such a mishandling of the product that everything that's been successful has been like not this stuff, like the Mandalorian and stuff like that. And also, you wouldn't have to retcon anything in the Mandalorian because that takes place before these things, and it can set up storylines for future things that you could do that have nothing to do with this series. That divided the fans more than anything that's come out of Star Wars ever. Like the prequels, there was nonsense, but with the prequel nonsense, you had people upset with the fans, you had fans complaining, and what did George Lucas do? He said, okay, I'll try and do better. And he listened to people, and maybe he applied those comments, or maybe he didn't, but the fact is he ended up with Return of the Sith, and he had an overarching idea. The sequel trilogy has no overarching idea. They slapped the Skywalker saga after the disaster of The Last Jedi on it to try and draw people into the theaters. And I think when you have something that's that, dividing, that whatever, and you're talking about, everyone else talked about well, you don't want to upset the fans. They threw out the expanded universe. That upset fans. They made The Last Jedi. That upset fans. Frankly, I think a lot of this stuff would do a lot more to calm those fans than... And it doesn't necessarily erase them. You don't have to remake these films to replace them. You just have to say, hey, we're going to be making stuff like 20 or 30 years after Return of the Jedi, but it doesn't necessarily, it's going to have nothing to do with this stuff. It's just not, because, again, they told a disastrous story. It's a mess. It will go down in history as a giant mess. And if also all this stuff, Kathleen Kennedy is going to be gone soon, so you can do whatever you want. John Favreau.
You think she'll be gone?
Yeah, that's true.
Again, guys, I will tell you, if you look on my channel, there is a video, I can't remember the exact name. I just have the word nefarious in there. It's the only one I have nefarious, so you can search the channel by that. And I have an interesting thing that I have pointed out in there that might happen at the end of this year. It's not what I want to happen, but it could happen, and it's bad news for fans. That's all I gotta say, if it happens. Now, speaking of this, I have to totally agree with you on your facts of she has, in several places, fired directors in bad spots during production. That's a big one right there. So yeah, so I'm going to give you 20 also. And because I'm feeling very generous right now, Mads, because you are such a great person, I'm going to go ahead and give you 20 also.
Oh, thank you. So I have 30. What? 30, that puts me up to 35.
No, you're at 20 like everybody else.
I don't like your math.
My math is perfect. Perfection. I'm telling you. All right. Perfection. Make it French, I guess. I don't know. Here we go, guys.
That's what you did.
Perfection. Okay. Topic number two. Topic number 2 is, do you believe and what are your feelings about our devices, about your devices being used against you? So what?
Yes.
Okay. So do you believe and what are your feelings about our devices or about your devices being used against us? Okay. We will cut that out and put it in the chat here in just a second after we find out how much time you guys have to talk about it. Ooh.
Thank God.
1 minute. Well, you can add time. You can use your mulligan to add time, but we're going to go ahead and put 1 minute on the board. And up next, Phalon, you're going to start. So I'm going to rewrite this a little bit. All right. So do you believe or what are your feelings about our devices or your devices being used against you or us? So that's what we're going to say. And your time, unless you want to use your mulligan. Do you want to use your mulligan?
No.
1 minute then is on the board and your time starts now.
Okay, I know for a fact that this is happening. It's been proven. Prime example, Alexa. That has been shown to record people. It's being used to record conversations you have, and has been shown to can be used against you. That when you have that kind of technology, people are listening in. They are recording that, and not just something you can use like that. Another thing with TikTok, another government is actually invading your privacy. This is why government is banning that. So yeah, it's happening. It ticks me off. It ticks off a lot of people. And I really hope that more things are going to be done to try to prevent it. At least that's what I can hope.
Very, very nice. Yes, you got a point there. TikTok is an evil. I will give you 10 points for that, bringing your total up to 30. LDG, got a minute on the board. Would you like to use your mulligan, or are you good where you're at?
Okay, I'll go with a minute.
All right.
I'll use the safety. That's fine.
All right. Your time starts now.
All right, so you have technology right now, and it's not about the technology. It's about who controls the technology, and that's the problem. There's nothing wrong with the idea of Alexa. It's the problem of who owns the data that Alexa is gathering it for and how they use it. And right now, there is no public forum. There is no control over our data. Basically, all these devices, whether it be your smart TV, your tablet, your laptop, your smartwatch, every single thing that we do that's connected to the internet is gathering that information. Now, of course, you have nothing to say about it because we're forced to agree to terms and conditions that we don't agree to. God knows I hear enough about people complaining that even on the tube, but we have no choice. There's no place to go. Now, that information is being used in so many different ways, more so than just targeting advertisement, which I wouldn't call it targeting advertisement, more than I would say it's more like forced advertisement or advertisement by the highest bidder. But basically, it's controlling what we see, think, and hear, and that needs to stop.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, this is I'll try to talk again here. Let's try this again. This is definitely a question that could use more time, but yes, to your point, it's all about who, not the fact that it does it. So I'm going to go ahead and give you 10 points also, and we're going to move along to Vase. Vase, 1 minute's on the board. You have no mulligan, so your time starts now.
Yeah, I think if you have a cell phone or a smartphone, you've definitely had the thing where you've been talking about something and then it pops up for you to buy it. So the question of, is it happening? Of course it is. Other people have said that. And I think one of the biggest things that I want to agree with is that, like, you can try and opt out of these things, like, don't use my data, but then, like, you're forced to sign up again for these terms and conditions. I think Parks and Rec did a great job on it when they were like, you shouldn't have to have an advanced law degree just to tell people I don't want you harvesting my information. And the way they do it right now is they leverage it against, like, well, you want to be able to use this social media app. You want to be able to use this. All you have to do is just, let us know all your personal information. And people have been too lax about it themselves. Like, if you're really that against it, you shouldn't be using a lot of these things. So while I'm aware that it's happening, and I think it should be shut down more, you could stop.
Okay. That's another choice you have. You can always say, oh, I'm not going to do this. So 10 points, 30 points for you and LDG and Phalon. And let's see how many points Mad Mardigan will lose. Mad, your time is 1 minute. Would you like to add time to it with the mulligan, or would you like to keep the 1 minute?
No, I'm pretty good. Pretty good with one. I got one.
1 minute is on the board, and your time starts now.
I absolutely am thankful that this is a thing. How many times have you been having a conversation with somebody and you're like, oh man, I really could use the pens, and the next time you get on Amazon, it's already in your cart? How great is that? Look, not to mention that they are protecting us by listening in and seeing what people are actually up to and what they're really talking about, and how, they could stop them at any moment. It stops uprisings, for Christ's sake. I mean, how is anyone against this? It's easier shopping. Whatever you talk about is going to be recorded and put into your cart, and eventually they're just going to send it to you, which I'm thankful for, because they already have all my information to my bank. So yeah, do it. Yeah, you already know what I want. Get me ahead of time, and make sure that you keep those people that don't like what we're doing, keep those people, submissive, and keep them like, oh, what's going on? The government, man, come on, dude, they're doing the best they can by us. Send them a tip.
Interesting. All right. Okay, I'm good.
And I have something to add to that.
Go right ahead.
And the next thing you know, your son or your wife or someone goes online, searches for something, and then something's in your shopping cart that you're never going to use.
What is that?
I mean, are there drawbacks? Yes, there are drawbacks.
We noticed that you were considering buying a new towel, so we just charged your bank account and sent it to you.
Yeah. Also,
Extra
here's
fast.
for
We
no
know you're
reason.
very wet.
Wow.
These tampons are extra fresh.
Wow. All right, 10 points for you, Mad, because yes, it makes shopping so much easier. I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree
I'm
with
in
that.
the Amazon right now.
Wow.
Oh my god, Vase.
All right,
Can you give me
so
that gun to kill me? So okay.
all right, we're gonna get our third topic right now. After this, we'll go ahead and go around to the panel and find out about you guys. That's how we do it. Third topic goes by, we talk, and then we talk about you guys. So here is your next topic. Are you concerned with the amount of new characters in The Mandalorian? Are you concerned with the amount of new characters in The Mandalorian? We're going to remove that one. We're going to find out how long everybody has to talk about it. And the 1 minute time has been spun again. Oh, you see, this is where it's taunting you. It's taunting you to use your mulligan, and then as soon as you use your mulligan, that 5 minute time is going to pop right in there, and it's going to be a topic that you're going to be like,
That's
oh my
why I'm
god,
holding
please.
on to my mulligan.
I know.
So
All right,
I love that mine was taken away. I don't have the choice. It's not agonizing me.
that's
Can I
true.
get a
I'm
quick
free.
question?
Yes.
So if you used your mulligan, because I noticed you got less points because of 1 minute. So you can actually get ahead in points if you use your mulligan. I know points don't matter. If you make
Not
it from 1 to 5, you'll get more points.
No, not necessarily, because now
Okay, not
you're just
necessarily.
putting way too much point. You're putting way too much thought into the points that don't matter. I mean, this next round, I might dole out 100,000 points to you. I might take away 100,000 points from you. It just depends. You know, it's how it strikes me. You know, it just.
You should always
Do
use that
negative
Drew
points
Carey
roll over
lines
to
when
the
you
next
say
week?
that.
What?
I said you should, whenever you're saying the points don't matter, you should pull something like the Drew Carey thing from his line.
I should. All right. So 1 minute is on the board. Again, LDG, this is going to be your start. So would you like to use your mulligan or would you like to not use your mulligan?
No, I think I'm good with a minute.
1 minute is on the board. And the question is, are you concerned with the amount of new characters on The Mandalorian? Your time starts now.
You know, honestly, I don't think so. Obviously, a new series should always have new casts, new characters, or ones that were introduced in the first series, or surprise ones that pop up on the season premiere. That's not a problem. Now, in The Mandalorian, we actually have a couple good ones. Now, obviously, we have Boba Fett coming in the house, and like I said before, when you bring in the local badass of a particular storyline, that's always great. Now, will he be the flame that extinguishes the Mandalorian? It all depends how they do it. I hope they don't. Second is you have, Katie Sackhoff, for God's sake, she was in the flat. I love her. Oh my God. I mean, she's coming back. She is coming to play that Bo-Katan Raton, and we're going to see how. I mean, this is great characters, great actors. It all depends how they do it, and will they screw it up or make it beautiful? But I think they have a recipe for a great second season.
Cool. You know, even with a minute, that was very, very good. I'll give you 20 points. You're up to 50, sir. All right, up next, Vase. Vase, your 1 minute is on the board, and your time will start now.
I'm not concerned about new characters in The Mandalorian whatsoever, especially given the nature of the show itself. The Mandalorian, the first season, he went from planet to planet. Pretty much, he didn't stay in one place for too long. So every episode introduced us to new characters, and we had all different kinds of main characters that showed up again at the end. If you saw them in the beginning, like Gina Carano, we saw her in one episode, and then she showed up at the end. So these aren't necessarily people that are going to be joining his team all the way. You know, these are just, sometimes you're going to have these, big important people on, whatever planet he's on. While again, he's searching for Jedi. So also the fact that he's searching for Jedi in a period when the only active official Jedi is Luke Skywalker, he's probably going to be finding other Force-sensitive individuals and cults and things or who knows what. So there's plenty of room for plenty of new characters in that show, and I'm frankly excited for it, not concerned.
Nice. Okay, so let's see here. Let's okay, you know what? I like the way you put that. We're going to go ahead and give you 20 also, bring you up to 50. All right, Mad, you are next. Your 1 minute is on the board, unless you'd like to use that mulligan.
Now, stick with the 1 minute.
1 minute's on the board. Are you concerned about the amount of new characters on The Mandalorian? Your time starts now.
I am absolutely not concerned whatsoever. In fact, I don't think they're bringing on enough, because what every good show needs is just to be bombarded with new characters that could possibly be spinoffs, whatever it is, as long as we're not focused on the character that the show is named after. Who cares about The Mandalorian? Let's figure out what all these other characters are doing in the show, because that's where our focus should be. Not on these people that were there at the beginning of the first season, and nobody cares. We want new characters. Just bombard us with lights and cool images, and oh, who's that and who's this? Oh, what, a story? Don't worry about stories. We got this guy coming in, and we got her coming in, and oh, so much being thrown at you all at once, because that's what good shows are like. Because that is not garbage, because we don't need character-driven shows anymore. No, what we need is spectacle and people that you can kind of recognize, and oh, could it be this person from that other thing? Who knows? Who cares? Just feed us.
Interesting. I think I caught your sarcasm. Yes, you may go right ahead.
It's extremely possible to use other characters to show the growth of your main character.
And you trust Disney with this?
if they're running with it like they did the first season in Jon Favreau's, in creative control, yeah, kind of.
Wow. Wow. Interesting idea. Wow. You know what? I was only
worried in my soul, but
I was only going to give you 20 points, Mad, but I'm going to give you 30 now, bringing you up to 60 because that response, do you trust Disney with that? It was just spot on. I give it to you.
Thank you.
Wow, that was nice. Okay, well, 1 minute on the board. Fallon, would you like to use your mulligan? It's there. It's like, use me. 1 minute is on the board. Your time starts now.
Honestly, I absolutely love new characters, especially as long as they're not static characters of what we're having to deal with real life. I like interesting characters. I like seeing how they affect the main characters of the story, which right now it's the Mandalorian and the quote-unquote Baby Yoda, because they freaking haven't given us a name yet, though some people want to destroy it. But I honestly love it. I love seeing new characters because that introduces us to the possibility of new fan favorites. And if they want us to buy merchandise, give us some new characters, not the same old, and I'm not talking about prequel and original trilogy characters. I mean like the same old Disney crap. We need something new, something fresh, on occasion, as long as it's well written.
Okay, let's see here. We're going to go ahead and I'll give you 20 also, bringing you up to 50. You got points there. And I'll say that I kind of am, just because the amount of time that they have during each show. But hey, you know what? It happens. It's how it is. All right. So now that we have done that, the third topic, we're going to go around the board here and talk to our panelists and find out more about them. So starting with Mad Mardigan. Mad Mardigan, go ahead and tell everybody about who you are and where you can be found.
Yeah, I'm Mad Mardigan, second of his name, 2.5-time weekly Rumble champion, Shenanigan MVP, former dog owner, and all-around good guy. Do I have anything I actually want to tell the chat? Not really. Would rather not. But my Tafari Nation, the 2 episodes that we were supposed to do, one got taken by the government, the other one, our Chupacabra expert didn't show up. So that one is a astounding success so far. And I do have a new show that I'm developing. I guess I'll share this with the goblins in the chat. It's a new show. It's going to be called Oh No, Monsters. And it's going to be great. We're going to be interviewing some of the most iconic villains from some of your favorite horror movies and whatnot. So I'll have more information on that later. That's it. I feel gross talking to them that much. I'm done.
Oh, you see how you are. You see how you are. Oh, jeez. All right. Up next is Fallon. Fallon, tell everybody about yourself, where you can be found, and all of that good stuff.
All right, I am Phalon of Phalon Reacts. I discuss pop culture, anything regarding that might be interesting in entertainment. I also do Nerd Talk, which is at Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Time Zone. I also do a Boomer and Millennial live stream every Sunday at 6 with my dad, who is that sleep guy who has been in chat to trash talking Star Wars. But yeah, I do a whole bunch of different stuff, and then I appear on great streams like this. So.
Ooh, I feel honored that you called it that. Most people would call it cat herding or shit show, but either way, I'll take great show. Thank you so very much. I might give you extra points. Probably not, but just hold out hope that will or won't happen. Just saying. I mean, I'm just, that's how it goes. All right, up next, Mr. LDG Pixels. I want to tell you this right now, guys. A lot of stuff that's been going on my channel right now. This man has been the facilitator of making things work and happen. So thank you very much, LDG. Go ahead and tell everybody about yourself and where you can be found.
Hello, fellow users. What's going on? LDG Pixels here. Yes, this is Mr. LDG. My channel, excuse me. designed to help people in need with their tech needs. This is what I do for a living, and I've decided to spread out onto YouTube. So I usually stream between Mondays and Fridays, and early in the morning between 10 and 11 a.m. and I go for about 3-4 hours. If you ever need issues, you have a computer problem, you're looking for a new computer, looking for a computer built, have problems with software, you name it. If it has to do with IT, I'm your man. We are IT. Secondary is if you want to hang out and relax after 3 p.m. I have a channel called Pixelate where I host the waiting room, guaranteed to be only slightly better than watching paint dry, waiting for somebody else cooler to stream, a place to hang out and wait for other people and to marry some subs and grow the community. I also have Project Prometheus where we want to unlock the power of the internet. That is the grand scheme of exiting this matrix that we are in, to give power to the users and give you power over what you can see, think, and hear.
Nice. All right. Okay, and last but not least, it's a Vase Productions. Mr. Vase, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself, where you can be found and all that fun stuff.
I'm Vase. You can find me at It's Vase Productions or on Twitter, causing a ruckus at @_Vase. My YouTube channel right now is a lot of just me laughing at George Carlin. I do comedy reaction videos. That's what the people want, so I keep giving it to them. But when I actually have time, I like to make trailers. I like to make like alternate trailers from popular ones that come out. For instance, like Suicide Squad, that trailer was awesome. The movie kind of sucked, but I made a new trailer with the Queen song that they used in that trailer, but I made it with all of Christopher Nolan's villains. I called it Joker Squad. So there's stuff like that. I took the Wonder Woman 1984 trailer and I made a Phantom Menace trailer for it. I do all different kinds of edits and stuff like that. That's fun. If any of that interests you, you can find all that over at, It's a Vase Productions.
Indeed. Very, very good. And that makes everybody, I think. It doesn't? Yes. That's everybody. So, going into our fourth question, I will let you know that currently the score is Mad Mardigan with 60, Phalon with 50, LDG with 50, and Vase with 50. Remember, the points mean absolutely nothing, so that was just purely to waste time. So, with that said, and yes, it's true. Very true. All true. Trust me. I should know. It's my show. Okay, and with that said, we're going to go ahead and spin for our fourth topic of the night. Our fourth topic is coming up really quick here. Wielding the powerful mod wrench. Yes, that's right, Danny. Very good. All right, if you could pick the best picture film of 2020, what film would it be and why? I mean, there's like a handful, like 10, right? If you could pick the best picture film of 2020, what film would it be and why? And so fourth topic is going to be Vase. He's going to be starting this one. And let's see how long you will have to talk about it. I'm waiting for that 5-minute time to dump on everybody. No, but we did get a change at least. It is 2 minutes this time. Thank God it's different. Let's see here. There we go. That's what I got to do. 2 minutes on the board for Vase, and your time, as I close that out first. And get back to my timer. Jeez. All right, 2 minutes on the board, and your time will start now.
I don't even know. I definitely don't. There was nothing that I was super excited about that I went to see. I'm trying to recall the different movies that even came out just because of the COVID-19 thing. All the Marvel movies got pushed back.
The Hunt, Invisible Man, Bill and Ted, Bloodshot.
I forgot about Bill and Ted somehow.
1917.
Yep, 1917.
1917 came out this year?
I think it did, January.
Then that's by far my favorite one. January was before some of this nonsense started going down.
Let me
it didn't
check
imply
that
that actually came out. If 1917 is 2020, then absolutely, because that movie was a tour de force of, the way that it was shot all in one.
Oh, no, it came out in 2019.
2019, so
yeah, December, early December. So
I guess then Bill and Ted, or even did Jay and Silent Bob's movie came out, I think, this year. But again, look, this year for movies is nothing impressed me. There was nothing that I was dying to see. Yeah, there's nothing that I was dying to see. Certainly not bad enough to like go to the theater and see it. I didn't go to the theater at all so far this year. So I can't give you like my favorite movie without like having one that I was excited about or going to see. Nothing even springs to mind. So other than Bill and Ted, but I didn't see all of that. So I'll say Bill and Ted is my my favorite one of 2020. But 2020,
you didn't see all of it. Was that just because you stopped it, or did you not like it?
The copy that what I was watching.
I got you. Gotcha. Yeah. That film reel that they sent you was kind of crappy, wasn't it?
Tough. Yeah, my connections aren't what they used to be.
Onward too, I think might have been out this year too. Onward. I'm pretty sure that's, and Birds of Prey maybe. Birds of Prey, was that this year?
Might have been.
Yeah, it was early this year, I think.
Well, I wouldn't have mentioned that.
Yep.
Didn't it go
That was.
straight to DVD?
No.
No. Birds of Prey, Onward. Birds of Prey, Onward, Fantasy Island, I think went straight to stream, but Bloodshot was out. Fantasy Island might have been out. A lot of those went out right about the time all the shutdowns were happening. So they got out for like a week and then they were right to a streaming service. So, all right. Let's see here. Fourth question. So I will tell you what you got. I'm going to give you 10 points. It's a difficult question. I know that's true. So Mad, you are 2 minutes on the board. Would you like to use your mulligan or would you like to stay with 2 minutes?
2 minutes is fine.
And your time then starts now.
Right. So I took this as what I enjoyed the most, not what I think would win Best Picture of 2020. So my favorite, I think for me would be Extraction. Even though, yes, it was a directed Netflix or whatever, but Extraction was so fucking good, man. It was so like the adrenaline in it was awesome. Like the action and the choreography, and they would do these long shots, those one shot takes, and so good. And the camera would do things. So at one point they're in the car and the camera's following the car, and then the camera just goes through the back windshield and is now inside of the car with them as they continue to drive. I'm like, how the hell did they do that thing with you? I didn't just the between the fight choreography and the camera work was unlike anything I've seen in a while. It was so good, and it had shades of like The Raid and of John Wick, and it was so good because it limited the amount of shaky cam, because shaky cam is the worst thing in movies. I wish Snodgrass or whatever his name was would have never done it, because he only did it good in one movie, which was the first Jason Bourne, and after that it was just garbage from then on. But Extraction, and plus only one woman, you can't beat it, right? And she barely had any lines, so that's always a positive for for men. And so
oh wow, get yourself together, man. Come on, you've got 25 seconds left.
Yeah, no, so the movie was great. I don't care about the story. I mean, it was pretty plain story, but that it didn't need it, because I think the focus of it was on the fighting and on the gunplay, and it was fantastic. It was my favorite film of the year so far.
Nice, very good. Great. Yeah, I mean, no, Netflix film is just fine. I think. I think that they don't get enough credit sometimes. And for that, I'll give you a point. You're up to 61. Very good. Very good job.
A point.
Yes, a point. Very good job. Okay, Phalon. Phalon, your time is at 2 minutes. Would you like to use your mulligan, or would you like to take the 2 minutes?
I'll take the 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay, your time starts now.
Sadly, I haven't been watching any new movies, despite this is my question. But honestly, from what I've heard, I would prefer that Tenet would get the best film, because from what I understand, because I've done a lot of talking with Flipped Out, he said the movie blows your mind. It will make you go, wait, what? But it's a very fast pace, and you cannot look away at all. you have to keep watching that whole movie, so by the end of it, everything just, it goes together like it's supposed to. All those holes, all those plot holes, all those bouts of confusion are finally I guess you could say the clouds lift and you see the sun. That is my understanding, but apparently the graphics are really good. The movie was well made, from my understanding, which is always a good thing for a Best Picture, or at least back when Best Picture actually was Best Picture. So yeah, it's like it would have to. I think that'd probably be my choice. Or oh crud, I can't think of the movie, the Road Rage one.
Oh shoot.
You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
The heart-pumping action that you're basically fleeing for your life.
Unhinged.
Unhinged, yes.
Yep. That was actually very good, I think.
Okay, yeah. That would be also a second choice as far as what should get, like, the best film of the year.
Cool.
But
right.
like y'all said, there's not a lot of choices.
Well, actually, and Danny's doing a really good job in the chat here. Doolittle, Invisible Man, The Road's Not Taken, Unhinged, Tenet, Doolittle, and I'm not saying these are good movies. I'm just saying the movies coming out: Hard Kill, New Mutants, The Invisible Man, The Hunt, Fantasy Island, Bloodshot, Birds of Prey. I mean, there's actually quite a few if you think about it, and a lot of them did actually make it out to the movie theaters. Yeah, interesting. Very good. I will go ahead and give you 10 points also. So that brings you up to 60. So we will do that. And last but not least on this round is LDG. LDG, are you ready?
Hello, my boss. My fault, boss.
No. It is your turn right now. So you're good. All right. So 2 minutes is on the board. Would you like to use your mulligan, or are you good with the 2 minutes? And do you want to know the topic?
2020s. No, I'm good. 2 minutes.
All right. So best movie of 2020, best movie, film, whatever. Your opinion doesn't have to be what's going to win, but it's up to you. 2 minutes on the board, and your time starts now.
Where do I start? I mean, the whole beer bug pretty much threw a crank into the whole what movies were coming out. I'll tell you this right now. All the good movies that I wanted to watch, we got, the Avatar got pushed back to 2021. I mean, there were so many movies here that got pushed back. Well, Batman was supposed to be 2021. Black Widow got pushed back. Candyman. I mean, there's a whole number of movies I actually wanted to see. As far as the movies that already came out, there really wasn't that many movies in 2020. I would want to actually go to the movie theaters, especially during the whole epidemic, to actually risk it to go see. Is that mainly because, like, what I think they did was they basically looked at it as a money point of view. What movies would make more money if they pushed it back to 2021, or try to push it back beyond this whole pandemic, and what movies that they just want to put out to pacify us. Was there a great movie of 2020 that I would? I mean, I think maybe Deep Blue Sea. God knows it wasn't Cuties. I'll tell you that much right now.
No.
But yeah, Deep Blue Sea might have been the only one I actually wanted to see, because the original Deep Blue Sea was awesome and loved it. Besides that, yeah, not really. I'll be honest. A lot of those movies to me were just one-offs. We didn't really have that many sequels, if we had any at all. Basically, third-party movies. I know next year, though, it will turn around next year. Watch. We're going to have back-to-back movies we're going to want to see. We're going to have so many good movies coming out around the same time. If we can hurry up, come with a vaccine, next year is going to bring back all the loss they had this year. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, I think that they'll have blockbusters like lined up one weekend after another, and they're just going to go boom, 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 and ride whatever wave it brings. But no, I mean, that's the only way I see it happening, because you can't keep pushing this backlog back to to the movies afterwards. It's just would be crazy. All good points there. All good points. We'll go ahead and give you 10 also. So at the end of the fourth round, it is Mad with 61, Phalon, LDG, and Vase all at 60. Now in the fifth round, not only do we change things a little bit, but what we're going to do is we're not going to tell you what your final score is until after everybody's spoken. And then we have a final five after that. Two people who have the highest score will go to the final five. And yeah, so we're going to see what the last question of the night is. Let's see here. Is the cinema dead due to the fact that it has the lowest numbers in history? Let's see here. I'm going to take that, cut it out here. All right. Is the cinema dead due to the fact that it has the lowest numbers in history? Now, first off, we're going to spin and see how much time you guys are going to have. Uh-oh, there it is. The dreaded 5 minutes. The dreaded 5 minutes. That's why everybody should keep that mulligan around. Sorry, Vase.
Sorry, Vase.
And then we're going to see who is going to talk first this round.
Great.
There you go. Mr. LDG Pixels, you will go first this round. And yes, I love that. I need to change all the all the extra stuff going on. Okay, so let's get your time up here. Oops, wrong one.
And I will be using my mulligan.
Okay, and how long would you like to speak?
Yeah, we're gonna take that to, I'm not gonna. 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Very good. All right, 2 minutes is on the board, and your time starts now.
Is cinema dead due to the fact it has the recent lowest numbers in history? Short answer, no. Why? Because obviously it wasn't due to any fact of people not actually going to the cinema because they don't want to go to the cinema. We literally had the world lockdown. I'm sure I don't have to explain this, but it's going to help my time. We've been home, forced to stay home for 2 weeks, if not longer in some places. The social distancing, everything that we need to do. Nobody really wants to do. Oh, that's the first thing. Let's crowd in a closed area and test the beer bug. So I mean, it's not that the movie sucked. And well, okay, it's a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of the beer bug. It's a little bit of the fact that all the good movies that I recently just said have been postponed until next year. All we have is low-rate one-off movies with very few exceptions. People not wanting to get the beer bug. There's a number of factors, and none of them have to do with people actually choosing not to go to the cinema. Matter of fact, ever since this whole thing happened, Netflix is on the rise, Disney Plus, Hulu, all the movies that are online and visible to see, they have skyrocketed and done the most amount of money that they ever done. So it's not more of the movie theaters, it's more of just going out in public and being near people, even with your mask, not a mask, hoping somebody else thinks they can wear a mask, et cetera. Wanting to watch a theater, wanting to watch a movie or any kind of show is on the rise. That hasn't gone away. We might be a little bit pissed off on how certain companies are doing movies, but that, maybe that hurt a little bit, but even like everyone still went and saw Star Wars. Everyone still went and saw the last Star Trek, even that one completely blew as well. People are still wanting to see movies, and I think next year it's going to be back normal.
Awesome. Okay. Well, like I said, I won't tell you your points until after this round is over. So since you went first this time, we're going to go straight down to Vase. Vase, you are up next, and you are the lucky recipient of no mulligan this weekly Rumble, which I know you are I know you're so happy that you won that. 5 minutes is on the board, and your time will start now.
Okay. So it's not just COVID. That does have a big thing to play. Obviously, it shut down theaters. Can't deny that they took a big hit this year. But what it actually did was it forced the hand of several things that were already in motion. Like the tides were turning on cinema for a while now. Ever since people started shooting digitally and not on film, it's made it easier and easier and easier to make distribution quicker and quicker and quicker, where now we're literally at the point where if they make a video or a movie or whatever, they can, whenever they're ready to release it, they can release it worldwide instantaneously. You can release it into homes, you can do it wherever you want. Now, and this is something that's been on the, like, they've been worrying over how to deal with this, because the fact is, even before COVID started, they were delaying the digital release so that cinemas could make money. And so when COVID hit, it just brought forward this punch that was already on the way of streaming services can have it immediately. Why don't we just let them do that? And then people will go there and you'll make more money there. And we saw that with the release of like Trolls 2. And then you had like cinemas say like, we're not going to, use your films anymore. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. That's just all of this stuff coming to a sudden head when it was going to be more of a gradual turnover. Like COVID forced this into fruition, but it was something that was already going to be happening. Now, will that mean that cinema is dead? Again, like LD said above, no, it's not. It's not going to be dead. Once people can go back out and start enjoying things, like people are going to want to go to the movies. I want to be able to like just be able to go to the movies. There are some movies that I like to see in a theater experience, and I don't think that's going to go away. And I think people kind of yearn for that theater experience for some things. At the same time, streaming services are getting better and better. Like he also said, they're experiencing their highest rate of whatever. So and they showed with like Mulan. Now they did the stupid thing and tried to tag on a $30 surcharge with that one. Mm-hmm. Nobody wanted that. Nobody wanted the movie for the most part anyway. So obviously there are mistakes there, but the fact is it just shows we have the technology to release these things instantaneously into your home. If you went through the trouble of making yourself a home theater or even a nice home setup, and maybe you want to take advantage of using that, maybe instead of like dragging everyone down to your nearest movie theater and paying for tickets and paying for all this stuff, maybe it is actually just easier. Instead of buying like 5 or 7 tickets for Mulan, just pay $30 to get it once. Now, again, Mulan was a movie that people didn't want bad enough for that $30 price tag to work. But I do believe that there would be movies where if they said, we'll release this at the same time just at your house, you could have a party. You could invite 20 people over or whatever if you've got like a home theater set up. And then you could all watch it for a very low price compared to everyone going out to the movies. And then you could have like a more party scenario. And that's something that people like to do. They like to throw parties like Game of Thrones. I know tons of people that threw like every episode of Game of Thrones that would come out, they'd throw a party because like they had the hookup or they had the streaming service in the best setup and that kind of thing. So as you have more things like that happening, you have more people going to streaming services just because of availability, just because of convenience, and at a certain point price. When you can sit in the comfort of your own home, and sometimes you don't want to deal with all those other people. And there are movies that I would like to see that I don't care if it's a theater experience. Now, Endgame, I was there like day one, pre-ordered tickets, theater full of people. That was a movie event that I wanted to be a movie event. But there are tons of things coming out nowadays, like any sort of movies like that. I'm just like, I don't really care. Like I haven't been invested in this series for 10 years, so I don't really care about seeing it on a big screen. Now I can just enjoy that easily from the comfort of my own home. You are going to see a lot of people turning to this. Cinemas aren't dead, but they're definitely not going to be, like the powerhouse that they have been since like the 90s, 80s and 90s. And that was when they really started releasing these blockbuster epics. They really started like, this is where you go to get that experience. You can't get the movie experience elsewhere. Well, frankly, now you almost can. You have a giant screen TV. You can have a surround sound thing. You can have great couches, and best of all, it's in your own house. So you don't have to deal with all of the nonsense of the outside world. But again, you're never gonna unless you own a movie theater, you're not gonna have the theater experience. So it's never gonna die, just like theater isn't dead from movies.
Very good.
Theater.
Okay, very good, very good. All right.
Can I add to that, or is
no,
that during?
No,
is that allowed
you're
on
still
the
allowed to
round?
add to that. Go ahead.
I love what you said, boss. I love how you used those 5 minutes. But I just wanted to make one point. You're right. You can get pretty damn close if you're expensive enough to have, you know, a 90-inch 50K screen and DTS surround sound and you know,
projector,
children not bugging you or babies not crying or whatever. But the whole point of cinema was to get out of the effing house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was the whole point. Get out of the house, go do something, live life. You know what I mean? And you just can't get that same experience in the house, especially if you don't have your own good old popcorn machine.
Yeah, the popcorn doesn't taste the same.
I don't necessarily feel the same way about going out and doing things. So I know what you mean about the theater experience. Like I said, in those 5 minutes, I get the theater experience, and there are some things that I want to do that for. But there are plenty of movies where I'm just as soon I can view it myself. And I'm a film major, so maybe I've just seen too many.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All good points. All good points. And I'll let you know your final total here at the end of the round. Mad, you have 5 minutes on the board, or you can use that mulligan.
Oh no, I'm mulligan this shit.
You are?
Yeah, knock that shit down to a minute.
1
Don't take
minute.
that long.
One minute.
Yeah.
Your time starts now.
No, it's not dead. And I'm guessing by cinema we mean like the movie going experience. No, it's not dead.
Mhm.
Even if they all go out of business, right? Who the hell is going to buy those buildings? What are they going to use them for? Somebody else will come along when this whole COVID thing is over, buy them, and then, you know, re-energize the movie going experience. That's is what is going to happen. All right. People are still going to want to go see movies. Okay. And there is going to be a market there. It may take a little bit for it to bounce back to what, you know, to what we saw pre, you know, pandemic or whatever, but it will eventually come back. Though there's an investment to be made there. And when there are investments to be made, people will make those investments. It's just all about a matter of time. We cannot jump to the conclusion that, oh, it's dead, we might as well figure out something else. No. It's just going to take some time for it to bounce back. That's it.
Okay, very good, very good.
Oh, also, one last thing. Angeles, that's because they won't let you spray, like, your blood topping on the popcorn at the movie theater. That's why it's better at home. Sorry, go on. I'm tired.
Okay. Okay. Yes. All right. Nice. Wow. Okay. And the places some topics go. 5 minutes on the board for you, Phalon, and I assume you want to use that all. Yeah. Where would you like? 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the board. Your time starts now.
Okay. Cinema is not dead. The movie going experience is not dead. Like with AMC, and I know everybody doesn't really generally like AMC, but they're still kind of starting to go strong again. Granted, there's not a ton of brand new movies, but they are doing what a lot of drive-in theaters are doing right now. Showing old films, doing double features. It's much cheaper, the tickets for those kind of films, but the experience is still there. I had this conversation earlier with Atlantean and Geek T42. It's not gone, even though it does feel like that, even though it feels like, say, Disney's trying to slowly move all their stuff to streaming only, which would be a bad idea, but at the same time, not a lot of people like the whole crowd thing. Some people can't handle it. I have a few friends who cannot handle the movie-going experience, and they love the streaming. So, there's that. But I don't think it's dead. I think it's just slowly making its way, despite what some people have said. But movie going numbers have been going down for years. And it'll eventually move back up, I think, when people can finally leave their homes. They'll have that option that they can, like, oh, we can go see this movie, which is great that you can finally get out of your house, even though it's slow going, and hopefully they won't say, nope, you can't leave your house for another 6-8 months. Oh, sorry, I thought it was blanking out.
No.
But yeah, it's not dead. It's not dead. It's just slow in rebuilding.
Yes. Okay. Hey Rosetta, how you doing? Good to see you. Angelus, Lieutenant Worf, all of you guys. Thank you everybody for being in the chat today. Everybody's been watching. It's a great panel. Everybody, we do appreciate it here, guys. Check out that scroll down at the bottom of the screen. Just letting you guys know we're always looking for new talent, new people to bring in on the Weekly Rumble. And so let's see here. Well, the all-powerful random number generator has been reinstated this week because the score meter last week was completely broken, and it just horrible. Just was a massive problem. But let's see here. We're going to take the screen off first. And I want to congratulate all of you guys. You did a great job. Again, opinions are always a great thing to have. And with that said, of course, there's no real winners here, and the points don't matter anyway. So this is how we're going to do it. Fourth place, fourth place in this case is Vase with 7,111 points.
Where the fuck did you come up with that shit? All right, go on. Sorry.
JJ was in the chat giving random thousands of points.
Phalon, you are in third place with 7,223. Very good. And LDG, you are in second place and going to the final with 7,753. And this week, currently in the lead and number one in points is Mr. Mad Mardigan, as much as it pains me to say that, with 7,985 points. All right, so Vase, Phalon, I'm going to put you in the back room, and as soon as we're done with these two duking it out, we will bring you guys back for the final go around and telling everybody about ourselves. Okay? So have fun back there. There are no stale cookies. There's no light. There's nothing. It's very dark and cold. I don't put anything back there because I just hear people steal it all the time.
Look at all this cocaine.
Just the bitter taste of unworthiness is back there.
No, whatever. You've been back there enough. You should know, right?
Oh, yeah, when I get cheated, of course.
Oh, whatever. All right, guys. So it is LDG Pixels and Mad Mardigan going up against each other. So this is how this works, guys. This is our final five. I have 5 questions, and Mad, since you were the wild card, they are 5 different questions of what you have. So don't think you're going to win this one.
What are you? Do you think I was just bringing up my phone to find the list that you sent me earlier? No,
perhaps
never. That's not why I was looking down at my phone. It was something entirely unrelated.
Sure.
A science thing.
Sure. Science jigger. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The pH.
So I have 5 questions. I have 5 questions, guys. Those 5 questions have already been answered by me. You have to think like me now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm putting you through this, but hey, that's how it is. Yes, use your Vulcan mind tricks. Use your psych tricks. All of that fun stuff. Yeah, my mind is your mind. Your mind is mine. Okay. Anyways, 5 questions. You gotta answer it the way I would, and then the person who has the most points at the end of this is the winner. If we don't have a winner after the 5 questions, then we go to the wheel of names and do the random thingamajigger because, well, that's just how I do it. And Mads hates that. So, better win. First question. Will the Marvel Disney Plus shows help solidify Phase 4? Yes or no? LDG, I'll start with you.
Repeat.
Will the Marvel Disney Plus shows help solidify Phase 4? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. And Matt?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. Second question. Better TV spinoff, Frasier or The Jeffersons?
Frasier.
Okay. Matt?
The Jeffersons.
Okay. And third question. Boba Fett in The Mandalorian. Good or bad call?
Good call.
Okay.
Good call.
Okay. And next, what does the M in MTV stand for?
Music.
Okay.
Music.
Mm-hmm. All right. And last but not least, yes or no? Is there still hope for Star Trek, or is there still hope that Star Trek can be saved?
No.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All right. With a whopping 2 points, Mad Mardigan is your winner. A whopping 2 points. We're going to bring Vase in and Phalon in, and I'm going to let you guys know what the questions and the answers were. Okay, first off.
No prep.
No
Music
prep.
was
Perfect.
wrong.
Okay, so, well,
Right.
and I'm going to ask you about that really quick. So will Marvel Disney Plus shows help solidify the Phase 4? The answer is yes. And you guys both, you
I said
answered yes,
I said no.
and you said no. Okay, the second one, better TV spinoff. You said Frasier, LDG, right? And you said the Jeffersons, right?
Right.
It was Frasier. I love the Jeffersons. It was done very well, and I mean the dynamic that All in the Family had with it was very good. But I think Frasier kind of gave us this whole new look into a character. The Jeffersons had played a pretty big part in All in the Family, so you kind of knew a lot about them anyways. So, but they're both really good. But I said Frasier. Boba Fett in The Mandalorian, good or bad call? You both said good call, right? Yeah, it's bad call. I think it's a bad call because the original premise of The Mandalorian, I think, is just leftover parts of Boba Fett the movie that was never made. That's where I really think it came from. So I think now you're just making it all convoluted and messed up. But I could be wrong. If they use him as the mysterious character he is and keep it that way, you might have a good thing going. I don't know.
Enigmatic.
But yes, enigmatic. Thank you, my God. I can barely say. I can barely talk.
What a great
What does the
band.
M in MTV stand for?
Madness?
LDG? No.
I said music.
Yes,
Yeah, you said music. And Mad, you said music too, right?
Yeah.
It actually means nothing now. In 2010, MTV rebranded and dropped the initials MTV Music for music television. It means nothing. The damn MTV means absolutely nothing anymore. What's the point of having an MTV anymore? I don't know, but
Didn't know what we're talking about now. I thought
Wait
what
a
it
second.
means. Yeah, that's
Oh,
a
but
that's
bullshit
what it means
question.
now.
But it doesn't matter
They've
anyway.
officially rebranded it where the M means nothing. Now I
So is
understand
it
at one
nothing
time
television?
it's just it's MTV. That's what it means. MTV.
It stands for meh.
Meh.
Maybe.
Meh.
Meh. TV.
Like, all right, and then last but not least, the winning question: is there hope for Star Trek that can be, or there's there hope that Star Trek can be saved? I believe there is. I believe that there's hope for Star Wars. I don't like to let go of these things. While I know it seems dire on both fronts, I think I was on your stream earlier, LDG, when we were talking about Lower Decks. That's kind of a little bit of a step maybe in the right direction, because if they start making fun of themselves and stop taking themselves so seriously on all this, perhaps they'll see we just need to give fans something they'll enjoy, not worry so much about.
Agree.
So I mean, I'm just hopeful. I'm not saying that that's the answer. May never see Star Trek back to what it used to be. May never get a lot of the idiots out of Hollywood. There's a good chance it could happen. So with
Good
2
luck.
points,
All they'd have to
2
do
points
is
in the
start
final
making-
five.
Sorry.
Yeah,
All they
I
have
know,
to do
I
is start
know.
making Star Trek again instead of what they're doing now.
That's true. That's true. All right. So this is how we're going to do this. We're going to go around the board and have everybody tell you where they're, what channel they're from and all about themselves. Starting with your, yes. Oh my God. I can't believe I want to say this, but your
3.5-time champion.
one
Yes.
and only
Half-time
champion for the day. Go ahead and tell everybody about yourself, Matt.
Absolutely not. I've already done it once. If you weren't here for that, then you need to rewatch the stream, and then you'll be able to catch up on what it was that I said.
Or just look down in the. Oh wait, no, I didn't put you down there today. I will though. Just wait until after the stream is over, and his information will be down in the description box. So don't worry about that. I'll help you out there.
Don't do that. You got to earn it. My content tastes better if you earn it.
Interesting. Up next, we'll go down to Mr. It's a Vase. Vase, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself, where you can be found and all that stuff. Man, I love the colors of your shirt and that Yoda background, man. I do. I just love it.
It's Homer Simpson, actually. It's a Homer Simpson shirt.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm Vase from It's a Vase, and I like stuff, and I do things, and you can find my, link in the description below. So,
woohoo! Thank you for coming on again. I do appreciate it, Vase. Thank you. I love having you on. You're a great guy.
Wouldn't have missed it.
There it is. It's a Vase.
Confuse your neighbors. Concern your friends.
Up next, we're gonna have Phalon. Go ahead and tell everybody about yourself. Where you can be found, all that good stuff.
All right, I am Phalon, Phalon Reacts. I discuss pop culture, entertainment, anything that I think people would find interesting, especially as far as celebrity news goes for. But you can find me over at Phalon Reacts, which is youtube.com/c/Phalon Reacts and add a Z at the end. But yeah, I do multiple live streams. You can find me over on Twitter at Phalon Reacts. I am also part of the Fandom Collective, where we try to really promote everyone. They're awesome over there.
Very much so. All right, and last but not least, a new player today, and second place, but hey, not bad for your first time out. Not bad. Thinking like me cannot ever be an easy task. Trust me, my brain is of many things, but not easy to pick.
Abby Normal.
Yes, exactly. And last but not least, again, here is Mr. LDG Pixels. Tell everybody about yourself. Don't forget to unmute first. There you go.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on? Are you tired of going to your local computer shop and getting charged $300 for them to ask you if you rebooted your computer? Come check LDG Pixels out, guys. I'm here for the community to help you out with free tech advice, tune-ups, anything you need, your IT needs, computer needs, software needs, guys. That's what I do Monday through Friday around 10 to 11 a.m. for a few hours. I'm available, here to help.
Awesome. Yes, and yes, indeed. I have to type, so I can't type and talk sometimes. It's one of those fun things like that. But yeah, guys, thank you for coming again today. I am chrisknight. This has been the Real Review 3000. We have this show every Thursday at 7 p.m. We have more Gospels According to Chris coming up soon. We also have the weekly wrap-up. We have a show over on KHAOS Central that we do air here, also called The Rule of Three. We also have the Chaotic Conversation over on Danny Graham's channel, which is Comic Chat, and also the KHAOS List, which is, those two shows are also over on KHAOS Central, but the KHAOS List is also simulcast over on Biggerford Entertainment, which is on Nzo Hodges' channel. Check every bit of that out. All of the information for these people will be found down in the description box below, including the KHAOS Central stuff. Please go over to KHAOS Central on YouTube and subscribe today. We're trying to get up to 100 subscribers over there so we can get our vanity title. I greatly appreciate all of you guys being here today. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your efforts. And with that said, guys, everybody say good night.
Ready, rumble.
Good night.
Weekly rumble.
We're not doing that again. We're not doing that again.
Hey guys, thanks for checking us out. Be sure to subscribe to both channels, and make sure to check out our friends in the Fandom Menace. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and BitChute, and you can also send us an email at sean@sean.chaosreacts.com and chrisknight@therealreview3000.com. And be sure to swing by our Teespring store to pick up some awesome merchandise.